What's going on, everybody? Young Ben signing in with another podcast video. Today I want to get right into it. I saw this video on YouTube the other day, and I was triggered. I'm not gonna lie, but it didn't make me emotional or anything. But it just kind of revealed to me more deeply the times that we are living in. The covers are being pulled off of everything. How does the old saying go? What's done in the dark must come to the light. Everything is coming to the light. And one of the biggest things, especially in our community, has been church. And it's just sad to see that now the pastors are feeling so guilty. A lot of them. What I'm about to reveal to you, this guy isn't the only one. You know what I mean? But let's get right into it. I want y'all to read the video, and I'll come back. I'll come back. Let me turn it up.
I want to start off by saying to you that I'm still growing, and that the teachings that I've shared in times past on the subject of tithing were not correct. And today I stand in humility to correct some things that I've taught for years and believed for years, but could never understand it clearly because I had not yet been confronted with the gospel of grace, which has made the difference. But I will say that I have no shame at all at saying to you, throw away every book, every tape, and every video I ever did on the subject of tithing, unless it lines up with this. Why is this important? Because religion is sustained by two factors: fear and guilt. And if it's one subject that the church has used for a long time to keep people in fear and guilt, it is in that subject of tithing. And it has to be corrected, and it's got to be corrected now. I may lose some friends, preachers may not ever invite me no more, but I think I already been through that, so it doesn't matter.
So that was the end of the video, right? But I want to show you guys why he is even doing this. Private jet. So about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago at this time, so Creflo Dollar is one of the biggest pastors to ever preach. I mean, he had a huge church. It was in Atlanta, Georgia. It was called World Changers, was the name of his church. And, he had a huge congregation, right? And for years and years and years and years and years, not only him, but he is one of the main ones. Look, his last name is Creflo Dollar. I don't even know if that's his real last name, but it's just ironic. But he, as he said, had been preaching on tithing and giving offerings for years. And pastors have used the Bible and scripture to trick the people into giving their hard-earned money every Sunday without seeing any return on their investment outside of nice pews, air conditioning in the building, going on certain retreats, couple retreats here and there, going to certain conferences, having certain church events, but nothing that is really substantial for their personal and family's benefit, right? So why now is he coming out saying that he was wrong? because it's the guilt, guys. The guilt has ate him up. If you even look at that video that I showed on YouTube, I know because I've been in the church. I was in the church for so long. My dad was a pastor at one point in time. My dad has been a minister since I've been born. And, we've done church 1,000 times over. I probably have been to more services than any other human in the United States of America. Me and my family and my brother and sister can attest to this for sure. So we've done church, and we've went to one of another huge church in Atlanta. I'll look it up for y'all. I ain't ashamed of nothing. I'll look it up for y'all. We used to go to this church right here. New Beginning. Hold on. New Beginning. Full Gospel. New Beginning. Full Gospel Baptist Church. That was our pastor right there. Bishop James H. Morton. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He was a part of the Morton family. The Morton family is one of the biggest families as far as in the Christian church. I mean, all of their siblings and everything preached. And my dad was the direct assistant to Bishop James H. Morton. So it's like I got a deep look behind the scenes of this is his brother also right here, Bishop Paul Morton. Bishop James Morton, Bishop Paul Morton. He also had a church. We attended his church for a short period of time also. And don't get me wrong, these are very, very talented people. I mean, gifted in singing. I would even say gifted in preaching, 1,000%. You know what I mean? But largely, at large, church has been robbing the people. This is the church right here. No, that's not it. Why did I say Riverside? But that's the church right there, New Beginning. But the church at large, I'm getting off topic, y'all. The church at large has been robbing the people of their money. And he is now coming out saying he admits that he was wrong. In that video, he didn't even look himself. He looked sick. He done lost weight. He done been stressed because he asked his church for a $65 million plane, right? And when this came out, I was still living with my parents, and this was just a topic of conversation every week in our household because my dad just couldn't handle the fact that this man was asking for $65 million for a private plane that none of his members would ever ride in. You know what I mean? And for sure, he got the plane. These people were setting up payment plans to get this man money for his jet. Let that sink in. Their hard-earned money that they work for, that they go to their jobs, 9 to 5s, every day, 5 times out the week, and you're bringing this man all this money because he has convinced you that if you don't do it, you will not be blessed and you will not receive the blessings of God. That is how he was teaching this. And for years and years and years, like he said, look at this. 30,000 member church, World Changers Church, international preachers. Sounds like he is turning over a new leaf. Wow. He called that particular the great misunderstanding. That's crazy. So now he is trying to ask for forgiveness ultimately. But I'm here to tell you, Creflo Dollar, it is too late. It's too late. You have to take it up with God now because you use God's name for your benefit and your family's profit. While there are people And this is not just him. This don't just go for him. For all these big pastors using God's name for profit. While people are in your church starving, hungry, almost homeless. And you ask for a $65 million jet. You should be ashamed. I don't want to hear the apologies. That's just me. I don't want to hear none of it. Save it. You had to sleep with that every night. But I was just wanted to bring this to you guys' attention because our community has been so caught up in church for so long. For so long. And the pastors are now coming out saying we have been tricking you guys, lying to you guys, scamming you guys, ultimately out of your money. He shouldn't have a church at this point. I don't know who he was talking to in the video. I'm like, people still in there? People still in your church, bro? What? So it is, but it's revealing. These are the times that we are now living in. As I'm about to wrap it up, these are the times that we're living in. Things are going to begin to fall. Things that were not standing on principle, on righteous morals, it's going to fall. It's going to fall. This is why our economy is falling. But that's a topic for a different day. But I just wanted to bring this to you guys' attention. Keep your eyes peeled as to more of these stories and things come out, not only in religion and a Christian church, but in other industries and sectors of the world. You know? Now is the time to regain the principle and moral that people once had. And I'm going to leave you guys with that. I love y'all. Keep pushing.